Hello. Hello. Oh, Lord. Okay. Alright, y'all, so I was just setting things up. I'm still listening to myself to see if the sound is good. So hopefully I can hear everything. And stuff ain't too loud. Let me turn this down. How that sound? Alright, so it sounds like we're good. Alright, so today, oh child, I have been trying to get this bar that I'm making out the way. I had started earlier, but the game was tripping, so I just had to start over. This is what I got so far. This is pretty much how I had this bar set up, and then I was at the part where I was doing tables, and then for some reason the table started glitching. So I'm probably not gonna decorate this whole thing tonight. That was not the plan. So yeah, I think we're just gonna finish this and put these TVs up the way I want them. I'll probably put the doors in here. I do need to make a basement, and then I think I'll talk to you guys about, I guess, the lore behind this bar. I just noticed this one. Should I take this out? Okay. Alright. There's something else I want to add here too. Y'all hear me singing? I have my AirPod in my ear. I'm listening to Melanie Martinez. But yeah, the lore behind this place pretty much is there is gonna be an actual bar owner, and because I have businesses and hobbies, he's going to be shady. And he runs pretty much 3 operations here at this bar. At face value, it looks rather family friendly. This room right here, this little room, is going to be where games and stuff is going to be held. Like our arcade pretty much for the kids. And then the rest of this is just, you know, the bar. This is supposed to be a sports bar, by the way. These are bathrooms. That's the game room. This is gonna lead out here in the back. That's also why I have some of the eco lifestyle stuff. I do actually play with that pack a lot. So a lot of my worlds are either neutral or green, is because I do implement these items, and almost every build I make has solar panels. So there's that. I think the only world I really don't care about being 100% green is Samurai Shuno, because the Aurora Borealis, it like leaks into like the building, so like you can see the lights and everything, and that gets on my nerves. So there's that. But yeah, so the owner, or whoever's gonna own this, is going to be running like 3 different operations. It's the bar itself, right? And then because I have, can I say this word? I don't know if I can say this word up here. We're gonna call it, cause I don't know if I can say the word on YouTube. We're gonna call it prostitute 2. Okay, prostitute 2. Because I have prostitute 2s in my game. Okay, figure that word out. I'm pretty sure you can. They'll be up here doing their business, most likely in this back room up here, and then this room will be for like a club, and then this will be a bathroom. And then I'm gonna make a basement, because originally this was supposed to be a sports bar and a dispensary, But I decided on no for the dispensary, and I was just going to actually make an individual one. And got somebody else run that. I already have this in mind. I have no idea who's gonna own this. I have no clue. I'm thinking of somebody that could run this, but I don't know. I feel like that'd be a good fit. And that sim is Johnny Landgrab. Because I told y'all before, I do play with the Landgrabs, and I want them to own, you know, actual things to get, you know, gain wealth, right? That way it's legitimate. It's not just a thing in my head. Especially now that I have the ability to do it. So Johnny owns a club in San Myshuno, but I'm about to have him sell it because I don't play with that club very often. And I'd rather have somebody else do it rather than him. This right here though would be a lot better. And the club could just be a part of his history instead of him just continually owning it. He kind of sold it. He has some experience in owning something. And so he comes and owns this. I think that'll be a good idea. And then we got the prostitutes because the trait is escort call center. I guess that's a better word, escorts. So yeah, they'll be upstairs. I'll have to test that out though to see if it'll actually work properly. And then and then Lord, excuse me. He'll sell weed out the basement, pretty much. I'm gonna turn this music down because that's why I can't think straight. But yeah, that's going to be what this is. So, escorts, doing the thing at the top. He gets a percentage, it says it here. Any kind of prostitute on the lot with this trait will use a pre-made global caller list, client list, instead of their own. The lot owner will get a cut of all profits made while on the lot. So that is why we're going to do that, because it's more money in Landgrab's pocket. And then, you know, the weed in the basement and him selling it to whoever comes in here, pretty much. That makes sense? So yeah, that's what this is going to be for. And also, I need more community builds. Excuse me. So I don't have to keep playing with my Sims being in the house, because that's usually what I do. And I'm getting kind of bored with that. So yeah, that is what we're doing. Let's see, where's that door that I used? You know what, let's just do it using packs. No, not that one. I was a horse ranch. That's what I was using. This one right here. And what's that look? Okay, see now. Yeah, that's better. But now that's not level with the stairs. Yep, I'll do like that. put a door here before. I don't know if I'm gonna use that same door, if I'm gonna leave this here, so we'll see about that. Put that back up. Oh, I gotta do the roof too. Hold on. But I hope you guys had a good week this week. My week was okay. I did not up my I cannot talk. I did not update my game. I was not doing that. All that stuff was a mess. I was not done with that. I was not done with that this week. I had enough going on with my game. And my game actually works okay for the state that the game is in. So I'm not trying to mess that up at all. Which one is this? I can't see nothing. Okay, that's the girl one. Alright, let's see. I'll put a guy one here. And then I'll put, I'll do like that. Okay. Get those out the way. Oh my goodness. Where's the one that I had? Oh no, stupid. I don't like that color. I don't know, having Johnny land grab on this place would be actually really good. Also, okay, so the thing with Johnny land grab is I kind of kept the story the same as far as like dynamics between Nancy, you know, and her kids. I feel like Johnny is more like his dad, and I feel like Malcolm is very much like his mother. That storyline is a whole thing in itself. I think I tried to tell you guys that last weekend, but it didn't really work out. Plus, I'm a little afraid of putting that storyline on YouTube because I don't want to get demonetized for it. Not even monetized, but still, I don't want it to get like blocked or anything like that. So I don't think that's a story I'm gonna tell on YouTube. I'll tell that story on Twitch or something. Maybe I'll tell it on Kick. Maybe I'll tell it through Instagram or something. I don't know, but that story about Malcolm Landgrab is a little raunchy, so I don't know if I could tell that here. I would have to tell like a PG version. But with Johnny, he does not get along with his mother. His mother, in my mind, is the one, well, at least in my story, is the one that disowned him. Jeffrey kind of just went with it, but he was the one taking care of Johnny when Johnny got outcasted or disowned or whatever you want to call it. And he was the one giving Johnny money to kind of live off of until he got his career as an entertainer up and going behind Nancy's back. Because if Nancy would have found out, she would have been furious. She wants Malcolm to kind of run her corporation, and I think Malcolm is into it, but at the same time Malcolm really wants to be famous, which is why he's messing around with Diego Lobo. So there's that. And Nancy and Jeffrey, they don't know that Malcolm is messing around with Diego Lobo. Now Jeffrey wouldn't really approve, and neither would Johnny, but because you know it's his brother. Nancy, however, would use that to their benefit due to proximity. Because I feel like the Landgrafts do not have that type of fame. They're not celebrity famous. They're known, possibly a household name due to their wealth in the Sims world, but like, them being known and a celebrity being known and famous is different, at least in my head. So Nancy wants that. So she's okay with Malcolm kind of doing this, even though the problem is Malcolm is really fast. And he's not even 18 yet. So it's like, dude, you need to slow down. Is Nancy going to tell her son to do that though? No, because Nancy is about the money and the look of everything. Nancy does not care about good press or bad press. Press is press. So if Malcolm was to get into a bunch of trouble, Nancy would be more so focused on what that looks like in the media for him rather than, you know, is he okay? Because in my game at this current moment, Malcolm actually has a Coca-Cola addiction, if you're following me. Okay, he has an addiction, and that addiction started due to being around Diego Lobo, because Diego Lobo also has that very same addiction. He also has another addiction that I cannot specify here. But yeah, Johnny would not approve any of this, and neither would Jeffrey, but Jeffrey wouldn't fight Nancy on it either. And Nancy and Malcolm are about the same. So, but you would think Nancy would, you know, have more of a maternal instinct, but she doesn't really have that. I don't really know if she ever did. Because if she did, would she have treated Johnny the way she treated him? Probably not. So that's stuff going on with them. Johnny is also married. His wife, Lord. Johnny's wife is a whole other topic in itself. She is from, what is the world called? Hanford and Bagley. Her and her, well, is he her husband? I think she's married to him. So Johnny's wife was married before she even met Johnny at all, and she is, you know, a serial cheater. You know, she cheats on this current husband of hers all the time. So she meets Johnny Landgrab and she immediately sees a bag. So, you know, she gets with him. Johnny ends up finding out that she's married, but does he care? No, because he got some of his mama in him. He don't care. He likes her for who she is, pretty much. To hear he, you know, picks up the family that she already has and moves them in with her and Johnny. Her and Johnny have a baby. And not to mention that this woman already had triplets with her actual husband that she's still married to, by the way. And her and Johnny is like paying hush money to the current husband to keep him quiet about what's going on. Because as far as anyone else is concerned, Johnny Landgrab is the only one out of everyone besides his father that has a decent reputation name-wise. The Landgrabs have a decent, you know, name. Like, it's like reputation, as to say. Their reputation isn't horrible. They are known to be shady. They're known to be greedy. But this whole thing with Johnny's wife would not bode well for them. So they try to keep it under wraps. I feel like Nancy would like Johnny's wife though, because I don't think I've had them met yet. Because I feel like they're a little bit the same. Just a little bit. Also, oh, hold on, let me change this. Jeffrey Landgrab. I think I told y'all this before, but Jeffrey and Nancy have a very tumultuous relationship. Jeffrey is actively cheating on Nancy. But at the same time, Nancy is actively cheating on Jeffrey. It's just Jeffrey is cheating on Nancy with more women than Nancy is with men. And the backstory to that I had wrote out in my phone like last year? Or Jeffrey has always been like this, so yes, he's like the nicer one out of the two, but he's very sneaky and he does his fair share of dirt as well. It's just no one does it because once again he's very sneaky. And you know, Nancy knows things, but she don't know everything. Because if she did, she would be livid. But the thing about that is Nancy's not gonna divorce his ass. That's gonna make her look bad. And while she does not care about good press or bad press, she doesn't like being embarrassed. So she's not gonna divorce him, and Jeffrey knows that. And Jeffrey don't want her to divorce him either because he gets left out of the money if she do. Everything has their names, both their names on it. Excuse me, both their names on it because they're married, and their marriage is more so a business than anything. I'm looking for a closet, and it is in Love Struck. Let's see. So yeah, that's what's going on in my game, child. It is a mess. I just need the closet. I don't need the lights, child. I need the closet. Where is the janitor closet at? That is like my favorite closet to use. Here is her. Dang. I wish the door was on the other side. I did not like it. Not that it's like that at all. I don't know if I like that now. If I put it here, this way, I just feel like if they gonna be in there, I just feel like it's too much. It's not very private if y'all stick into a closet that everybody could see in. So that's how I was gonna put it back here. But the door is like right there. I don't understand why they didn't make one where it's on this side. The door was on this side. That's so annoying. What the hell am I gonna do? I guess I'm gonna have to move it. You know, we put upstairs. I'll put it upstairs. And do want at least one window up here. Let's see. So yeah, that's going on in my game as far as the land grabs go. I'm trying to think of something else. Oh, I want to make the altos. I know like the land grabs have sort of beef with the altos. I was looking up like sim history from like Sims 2 and Sims 3. So I did want to add them, especially since their names are in the Sims 4. They're just not in the Sims 4 as far as I know. And then they do own one of those apartment buildings in Samurai Shuno. So I did want to make them. And then I learned that Nancy actually had an affair with the head of the altos. I don't know what his name is. I just know he's the alto. And it was speculated that maybe he was Johnny's dad originally before the Sims 4, you know, confirmed that Jeffrey is Johnny's father. They just disowned him. So I did want to add him in here. And that'll be someone else that Nancy does have an affair with in my story. So I'm going to do that. Actually, I'm gonna put the sun up there, so I'm not gonna put that up there like that. I think those are all the windows that's gonna be upstairs. Cause I'm gonna put some signs over here too. So I think that'll be it for that. Where am I gonna put this basement at? That's the question. I don't know what I'm gonna put over here. Yeah, maybe this could be the entrance to the basement. Oh, we're gonna have to put the thing here. I guess that'll work for now. Get rid of that. I could put it right down here. There we go. And put the door back here. Oh wait, did I never show? Oh yeah, I did. Hold on, y'all. I'm checking the stream. I'm trying to make sure. We are good. Okay, we are. Awesome. I thought y'all was still looking at the other row screen for a second. All that talking I was doing, and y'all didn't see shit. I was about to be a little upset about that. Okay. That door's there. Oh, okay. Game. Alright, is that it? No, I'm gonna just keep this door in the front so I can reuse it. This is not the entryway I was trying to use, or whatever you call this thing. The archway I was trying to use, but I can't find the one I was using originally, so I guess we'll use it for now. But I guess it matches a bit better. Now we'll be changing these lights because I did not like them. Maybe I should move this over here. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. That way it's not directly in front of there. Also, this might actually have to be down here. And I just scoot it over a tad bit. Alright. Okay, I did not like this song. Please, girl. I still have my earphone in my ear, y'all, so that's what I'm talking about. How big do I want this to be? Maybe that. Oh, come on. Let me put this. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. Remove. Is that messing anything up? It shouldn't. Awesome. Upstairs is gonna be right in the middle of that. Alright, okay, so put that in the middle now. Okay. I'll put that there. Let's see, is there another admin I could tell you about? I guess we can get into history about Jeffrey and Nancy, because I don't know if I ever really explained that to y'all. But basically, in my story about Nancy and Jeffrey, I need the back part. Okay. Hold on. Let's make sure. But basically in my story about, you know, Nancy and Jeffrey before they had the kids and all of that, Nancy used to be a model, right? And Jeffrey was, I think they said in his actual canon and the overall story of The Sims, he was actually a doctor. Like, cause he took Nancy's last name, right? So I don't even know what his last name was. Actually, I need to go figure that out. But he was a doctor. He came from like a line of doctors, and he met Nancy. This is the actual canon of The Sims. So I kind of took from that, and he was a doctor. Nancy was a model. You know, Jeffrey's family was known just for being doctors. Again, like the regular story. But he ends up pretty much having a crush on Nancy due to her modeling career. You know, Nancy is the only child in the actual story of The Sims. So, you know, it's just her. In my head, Jeffrey was an opportunist. So he went out his way to get to know Nancy's parents so that it would be easier for him to come across her and talk to her so he could date her. And in my headcanon, Nancy was still very young. Like, she wasn't even 20 yet. Jeffrey, however, was in his 20s. So already it's like you can't wait. And then she's modeling. She's kind of worried about herself. But you know, Jeffrey wants to be an opportunist because everybody know how much money the land grabs got. You know, he married into that family. He's good for the rest of his life. He ain't got to worry about being a doctor. And I forgot. I would have to like find it on my phone to like read out exactly what I put. But yeah, he was being an opportunist. He ends up getting introduced to Nancy by her own parents. Her parents are kind of pushing for her to date him, even though he is like older than her. And Nancy's not really into it at first. You know, she's not really worried about him. And I feel like Nancy gets her nature from both of her parents. I feel like her mother was, I feel like both her parents were greedy, I guess. She gets like the business mentality from her father. I feel like her mother had to be like that way as well, though, to be honest with you. But she kind of gets that from her dad. I feel like she gets her controlling nature from her mother. That's just how I'm thinking of it for the storyline. And so all these things she kind of just adopted from her parents. And her parents are kind of really pushing her in this marriage with Jeffrey at a point. Not like as soon as they met, but like after getting to know him and all these things and seeing that he comes from a decent background, you know, something that's not gonna hurt their reputation. Basically, like, he's a safe option for her to be with, type thing. And Nancy was really feeling it at first until she realized that Jeffrey is willing to be manipulated. Like, he knows what the hell be going on, but Jeffrey's very passive at the same time. So she's like, huh. And, you know, she starts questioning, like, is this why my parents want me to be with him? Because in her mind, he's just so easy to manipulate or, like, you know, get over on. And like I said, it's not that Jeffrey is stupid. He sees what's going on, but he don't care because at this time, he was, like, mad and infatuated with Nancy. He didn't care. He's one of them dudes that'll be like, you do whatever you want to me, pretty much. And so eventually, that is how they end up getting together. And soon after they get married, they have Johnny. Jeffrey was faithful for like the first year of their marriage, maybe the first couple of years of the marriage. After that, and that man got settled and comfortable and have all this money now. Him and Nancy's marriage, you know, now they start businesses and all these different things together. Her parents fully committed, his parents fully committed to this whole marriage and everything like that. He starts cheating. At this point, he already knows she not leaving. It's gonna look bad. Even if she turn it on him, it's gonna look bad. And she's still modeling. So, I mean, Nancy's not around all the time after they get married and have Johnny. And Johnny gets to a certain age. She out doing her thing. And Jeffrey's still a doctor. He starts cheating. And so I made it a thing where in the story, this is how I want this to look. Basically in the story, Jeffrey, after, you know, inheriting, well, not inheriting, he didn't inherit anything. After being married into this family with all this money, he and Chester start hanging out more. Chester really likes him. Chester, if y'all don't know, is the name of Nancy's father. You know, Chester has, you know, celebrity friends and things like that. So, you know, Chester introduces Jeffrey to all his celebrity friends. And, you know, in, what is that page? In Get Famous, we have Judith Ward. I want to add her into this. So, Judith Ward, at this time, is around the same age as Nancy. And she's also in modeling. She's not, well, here's the thing. See, that's why I need to go look. But I forget if I said that Nancy was a little bit more known or if it was Judith. I think it was Judith just because in the game, it says that Judith's been around and she's been in the acting business for a while now. But to me, it's like, how did she get her start? So I feel like someone like that would get their start somewhere. And maybe acting wasn't her first option. Maybe it was something else like modeling, right? And acting is something she kind of just fell into. You know, maybe she went to like a talent school or some shit like that, but was really focused on fashion first and then became an actress and realized she was really good at it. That's how I thought about it. And then, you know, he ends up meeting Judith. And, you know, eventually, after literally getting to know Judith while Nancy's gone, you know, Jeffrey and Judith start having an affair. Whole time, Judith and Nancy are rivals in the modeling world. You know, they whole rivals. Nancy don't really like her. Judith don't really like Nancy. So imagine if Nancy would have found out her new husband was messing around with Judith Ford. Oh my god, it's so messy. However, again, this is like some celebrity shit, so it's in the tabloids that they low key messed around with each other. Paparazzi catching pictures because it's Judith Ward. Of course, the paparazzi gonna catch. Of course, there's some equivalent to TMZ's gonna catch that. Nancy, even though she on the road, she's seeing what's going on. So at some point, I feel like she rushes back home. She questions Jeffrey about it. You know, he lied. That never happened. Ain't no proof. Yeah, they got a picture. So what? We was walking out somewhere. We just friends. Ask your dad. Jess doesn't want to introduce them. He uses her dad as a scapegoat. Jessica don't know what's really going on, but you know that he introduced her to, so of course he not gonna lie. Like, what he got to lie for? So she's not gonna get a straight answer from Jeffrey if she feels a certain way about it. So maybe, and then I think I put she went to Judith about it, and Judith didn't say nothing. You know, she said no, it's not true. So basically, Judith and Jeffrey lying for each other, knowing damn well they messing around. So that's a bit of the history between the land grabs. That's what I got. I have to go in my phone in my notes and read it to y'all, I guess one day when I come back on stream. It was like a whole thing that I came up with, and so that's what I'll be going off of when I be playing my game. I write stories all the time when I come up with something, and it'd be so random, really. It'd be so random. So yeah, that's what's going on with them. Okay, so I tried to get this to work yesterday and it didn't work. So it has to be up against something for it to work. And then why can't... That's so dumb. That is so dumb. That's so dumb. Oh, now it works. Yesterday this did not want to work the way I wanted it to. And today it's doing it. Where the little handle thing right here, the little railings right here are showing up. Yesterday it would not do that. That's so annoying. Okay. Whatever. We're gonna put this, you know what? Put that back over there. Pressing the wrong button. Would that be that close to that? I don't know. I don't know how realistic this is in this moment, but I don't care. So I'm gonna put that there. Should I change the foundation? Do I really care that much? I do a little bit. I do a little bit. What did I use that? Oh, so that looks a lot better. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, in this game, concrete be like one of my favorite swatches. If y'all know any good concrete swatches, please let me know about them. I love me a good concrete swatch in this game. Don't ask me why, I just do. Love a good concrete swatch. Alright, that works. Alright. These TVs can be really annoying too, and I still didn't do that ceiling. Hold on. That's still not that. I need wood. Still didn't do the ceiling. Oh, I'm not doing that one. I don't know if I use this one or not, but we're gonna use it now. Okay. We did that. That actually works very well with the rest of the wood. How's that? Okay, so I got that up there. That's great. Okay. I also need to find those bottles I was using earlier. Actually, let's put this more towards the middle. Oops. Okay, that looks decent. If I was sitting here, could I see it though? That does matter. Alright, yep, we're good with that over there. Excuse me. I'm thinking about just hanging up a TV right here instead of putting this. They be having TVs on the walls too. Oh, that is not big enough. Where is that big ass TV that came with the game? Right here. Is that it? That's a curved one, but it'll work. It'll work. No, there you go. Oh, you know what? I should have kept that one TV. Hold on. Because we could put that in here. Okay. There would be a TV in here. As soon as you walk in, just TV. How am I gonna place this? I'm gonna place this in this corner. Okay, I'm gonna need you to move outside. Alright, that'll work. Let me find this door that I was using. What door was it? It wasn't this one, but I might use it. I sounded like the door I used before, so where is it? It's not a taller door. What is this? Oh, I don't want to use that sofa. Where is that door at? Not those. Is it this door? I don't think it was this door. I was able to change the color. I know I saw those earlier. I don't think these work properly. What door was it? Okay. Child, this playlist that they got going is god awful. I don't know what that was about, but okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me just put my other favorite song on. Okay. Child, I don't know where this door is at. There's a specific door I used earlier and I can't fucking find it. That is annoying. They cannot get picked. You never tell me shit. What about this? No. Oh, wait a minute. That might work. It's not the door I wanted. I don't know if I like that. It's out here. Yep, bitch, 0. 100 with this shit. Got the ball. I'm kind of irritated. I can't find that door. Let's see. I might just use this one. I need a brown swatch. 50, nigga, I'm just a girl. You know what? We'll just go with that for right now. I'm probably not gonna be able to find what the hell I'm looking for until after the stream, which is bullshit. Wait a minute. You got no clue. That is so cute. At least that is so cute. Back now I'm on the way to the golf. Makes me want the walls. This. A little better. I think we'll use that one. There you go. Chat, I might change it again. Whatever. I think that's all I'm gonna do tonight for this. that door at? Yeah, like that. And then where is so I can get some air back there. Gotta look. I don't think I actually changed the swatch. Just use that first one. Anywho, there you go. Also, I made this little side part over here. Alright, see that? Those are just slabs I got from, I think these are from SYB, and I kind of just sized them up. So they don't all the way match this over here, but we got close. And actually, you know what? I wanted to add some extra detail to this. Oh, I can't do it over here. I need the, whatchamacallit. I gotta add these over here, though. I need to do the tool. Use the tool mark for that. Oh, that's pretty. This is what I was looking for. Alright, that's cute. Yeah, see that? Period. Alrighty. Let me see how this looks at night. Yeah. Ignore this stuff right here. I'm gonna place that along this little path right here. Especially near this pool, we need more lights. And also down here. Yeah, so that looks good. You know, I need a light. I need a light. Not the wall. I need the light out. How does that look? Alright, it lights up pretty well. And then I'm gonna put tables out here. I was trying to do booths earlier. I think I told y'all that earlier. It was not working. So I guess it's just gonna be tables over here. I'm gonna try to do a booth. I feel like this space right here would work. Let me see something real quick before we go. Often, if I could find a household I want to play with. So I did that. And brought that up a tad bit, because you know the boosts be up a level or two. Let's see. Is that gonna work though? Hopefully. It is starting out. Okay, so earlier I was trying to use these, right? And for some reason this table right here glitched out. And then when I tried to exit, it messed up my loading screen. Like the game took forever to load back into the world, so I just restarted. It's so annoying when that happens to me. Does this work? Oh, looks like it do. If I put the table to do, I'm gonna have to test this out. Okay. Probably not. Let's see. I think it's so that does that work is the question. Okay. Why did it take for that to work? So oh, I don't know if that's gonna fit right there. Oh Lord. I'm going to make this slightly wider. Why is it doing that now? Y'all see this shit? Okay, now I want to work. Yeah, I'm going to make this slightly wider. Oh my goodness. Why is this the problem? Why does it stick there? Okay, whatever. What is this? Hold on. Move this out the way. Okay. I do not want this big part to be this small. You won't. Right here. And then I don't like how that looks. Why is it dripping? Alright, got that situated. Now my door gone. Okay, I can't do that. Can they get through here? I don't know if they can. Hopefully they can get through that. In case I gotta go over here to fix that thing. Once I scoop this over. Why are we floating? That's gonna work. Starts to float. I don't like that. What is shit going on? That's what I can get a day. Yeah. Alright, well, I was just going to deal with that for right now. I need to put trash cans back here. And this is gonna go. That's so close to that. Now, why I gotta be in the middle of the path? It's gonna have to go over there. Unless. What I thought. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. I'll put that right there. Yeah, I think that's a better spot for it. Hopefully they can still use it despite the plants being there. Let's see. I wonder if they got recolors for this. I need to find some recolors for that. Okay, this is what I need right here. And this needs to go down here. Alright, well, I got my boost. So, that worked out. Let's see. I don't want how to do that. Stupid. Can we not? Okay, we couldn't see it. That's what it was. Why do I gotta do with it? Just had to do with it with the foundation, didn't it? Just extra for no reason. Why is it doing that? The question is, can I get up there? I don't know if they can or not, but we'll test it out at some point. Oh my god. Did I have to do all that? Did it have to do all of that? Now I gotta go get that, put that there. Okay, so now, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just delete that. Wow. That's so dumb. All right. Actually, should this be wood? Yeah, I'll delete that. Alright, well, I think I'm done with this for today. I'm gonna save real quick. Oh shit. Just a second, y'all. Every time I try to do this, it be tripping. There you go. Alright, so hashtag. I put that on the wrong count. But you know what? I don't care. It is what it is. I don't feel like changing it. Alright, so is there anything else I want to do before I go? No, not really. By the time I come back, this should be decorated. And hopefully I'll be done with a couple worlds by the time I come back to streaming on here on this channel, because as y'all know, I said that I was gonna stream more on my other channel, so please go follow Works World, because I'll be streaming on there when I come back from my trip. And the first, no, not the first, but the second stream on the other channel will be on April 18th. But that's like a week after I come back, right? I think so. So April 18th will be my second stream on the other channel. There's already a stream up there now. So make sure you go and watch that. And it's more so of me going to be doing like streaming me making things in Blender for Patreon, and then occasionally I'll drop, excuse me, like CC that I made in the chat on that channel, so you guys get like free content every now and again. So make sure you guys go subscribe to my other channel. The first thing I plan on making is some nails, because I owe my people on Patreon, I think I owe them a pose pack and a nail set. And I also owe them, I usually do this thing called Tumblr Tuesday on Patreon, and I give out free loading screens, main menu screen, opening screen, and cast background. And I was supposed to do one for Valentine's Day, but I didn't have time to. I was working on coursework at that time, so I owe them quite a few things. So we will be making those things over on that channel. I will be streaming gameplay here and there on that channel, but that channel is not going to be for gameplay just yet. Really don't know what the hell I'm gonna put on that channel besides, I guess, behind the scenes content. We'll see. Alright, so yeah, hold on. I didn't want that Twitter, girl. Alright, so this is gonna be for weed. Down here, that's the bar, and then a club. Why does this look like this? What is this? Why does it look like that? I don't like that. What is the problem? What is that? I don't like that. Why is it? I hate that it does that. It's so annoying. I also hate that I keep pulling that damn tree. So I guess I'm gonna just have to leave it like that, cause I don't know why it does that dumb shit, but okay. Alright. Let's go. Did I save? I did save. Let me save one more time. Okay, so hold on. I don't know who I'm gonna play with. Okay. So this is Stockton, aka which y'all would say is Newcrest. Alright, it's my Stockton. There's quite a few things I'm working on. As y'all know, I'm working on this bar over here. I'm working on this community center. And I was gonna make a town hall on this lot, as y'all saw last time on the last stream that I did, but I'm using this lot to kind of decorate this side of the map. So I think I'm gonna switch it because I was gonna put a bowling lounge here. I think I'm gonna put the bowling lounge here, and then town hall can go right here instead. Also, I got a mod for like this homeless, because this is supposed to be a homeless shelter, but I got a mod for it, so I might change that. Yes, we might change that over there. We might play in this household, well, one of these households. Let's play with this single mother and her children, so I can get them set up. Cause I'm tired of them looking the way they looking. And no, I know last time I said I was gonna like give them a makeup and everything. By the time I came back, as y'all could clearly see, it did not happen. It did not happen at all. I was not in the mood to be in cast. I had to go to cast for a whole other reason, actually, which is actually something I gotta tell you about. So, I think it was last week, right? And I made a video about this. So if you want to know how to do it, go check out my first e-tutor video. My first e-tutor video, I showed how to separate your saves. Alright? Because if you have too many saves on your game, and it's like all these different saves on here that you go through, that could actually make your game lag. So it is helpful to separate them. Separating them is not hard. It's very easy. Go watch the video. But I did that recently because I was going back and forth between 3 of them, and 2 of them I'm not playing right now, and I was more so focused on this one. I took a break from it, but I'm more so playing this one, right? And so when I did that, 2 of my sims out of almost 455 of them went missing, and I didn't notice until the day before yesterday. And I was irritated because I thought the game did it until I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. His tray files went missing because I separated saves. So I went back because I have my stuff backed up. All 3 of those saves are backed up. And I went and I looked and I could not find his tray files at all. I even put the old stuff, like the tray files from the last 2 saves that I separated, I put them back in here just to see. And it turns out I just never saved him on the gallery. So I had ended up having to, I found his cousin. The cousin I had made him first, and he was saved from like a couple years ago. Thank God. I saved him. I put him back in the game. All his stuff came back. His skills came back. His memories, all that other shit that's in the game, it came back. So that wasn't a problem. He pretty much just got filled back in. But the cousin is the tray files I could not find. So I ended up having to make the cousin over. So what I did was, to get myself to save them both, I made their parents, and I had to make the cousins. I had to make the cousins mother and father, because I felt like on my own I wasn't gonna get his face right. So I made his parents to kind of help me out with that. So his dad looks one way, but I tried to get his mom to look as close as, as like the original sim as I could. And so I got really close to my original sim that went missing. But I forgot the skin I used on him. So I'm still actively trying to find out. I was actually tweaking him last night. And so that was like the most time I had spent in cast in like a couple weeks. Because I've been like in build mode majority of the time these last few months. Like I've just been focused on building and getting community lots done and things like that. But yeah, I got as close as I could, but I was so irritated. So my tip to y'all is, even if y'all don't like a sim, even if it's like a townie that you made over, save it to the gallery anyway, because you might end up wanting to play with them or they might have a story in your game, and you know you move stuff around. Next thing you know, they tray files is missing, or they just were never there to begin with because you never saved the sim in the first place. Always save your sims. Okay, so this family, they got a name, but I don't really like it, so I'm about to change it, child. It looks like she got a friend. That's cool. And then her kid, okay. And her kids, so these are both her kids, child. Even though she don't look like the mom of the teenager do with that fucking bow tie in her fucking head, but that's besides the point. Let me see. So let me give y'all some background on this building. I think I showed y'all this last stream. I don't get too much into it, but basically, who is this? I don't know who the fuck that is. Anyway. Again, this is Stockton, my Stockton area. This right here is Brownward Down. Okay. Brownward Down is a low income housing unit, building, whatever. This build was inspired by Ocean Sims' low income build that she built a few weeks ago. It took me forever to try to get the correct floor plan, because in her video she didn't quite finish the floor plan, so I kind of had to go off that to kind of figure out how it was. And so this was like the best I could come up with from how she had, like, the way she put hers. This is like the best I could do. I'm assuming this is the floor plan she was going for. That's what it seemed like. So yeah, what the fuck? What is this? These brownies? Those are cupcakes. What the fuck are the cupcakes here? Okay, well I guess I guess these are theirs, and they just didn't have their welcome wagon correctly. I don't know what the fuck happened with that. But can she not pick? Oh, you know what? That's for somebody else. Never mind. They're in this middle one right here. So that was for them, I'm assuming. So yeah, that's what this is. The land grabs do own this. Like I said, they have to own, you know, they known for, you know, buying up all the land and all the things because their last name is Landgrab, so I wanted to make it true. Girl, we gotta change your clothes. Them pants look like, I thought she didn't have no pants on for a second. Oh, that's the second or third time I finally seen her out here playing on this stuff. Normally she does not come out here like that. She lives in this little apartment right here with her mom and her mom's fiance. So I'm glad that they actually use the backyard. Or would you say like silly behavior? I guess so. I guess so. They live in this middle one here up top. I love this apartment building, but out of all the apartments, this one is like my least favorite because like it has the least amount of windows. Like, well, the windows are on the right spot, but the least amount of windows, child. I guess it doesn't have. Maybe it does, but I feel like maybe it has the same amount of windows as this one right here. Maybe. I don't know. Why is she over here? Girl, we cool like that?
Oh.
So this is Shauna Terrell. Shauna Terrell is, hold on, because there's a story with her. So I'm trying to remember it correctly. I'm trying to remember. I'm finding it. I'm finding it. There's, I think it's her. Or am I tripping? Or am I thinking of the other Terrell family? No, I'm not. Am I? Hold on. Let me control her real quick so I can show you. Because I think she is who I think she is, but I don't remember. more. I just want. Oh, I seen it. Control Sim. Since they friends, I know. Yeah. Okay. So she is who I think she is. Okay. So basically, she's the lady from the Copperdale's expansion pack. You know the black family that came with the Copperdale expansion pack? And so this is her, right? So her and her husband, I think his name was Marquise or Mark. I don't know. It was Mark. It started with an M. They got divorced, right? And then I gave them their makeovers of them and their kids and everything, right? They get divorced. Turns out her ex-husband is gay. Crazy. Did not know that. I was like, oh wow, okay. So kept that in the storyline. I was like, all right, cool. Cool. Who is this? She ends up marrying this man, Lawson Terrell. So I think she was already a Terrell, to be honest with you. Hold on. Am I like mixing the story up? No, I'm not. Yeah, no. Okay. Am I? I'm getting myself fucking confused. Maybe it's not her. I swear it was. Maybe it's somebody else. I think I'm getting myself confused, child. This is what happens when you have too many townies and you don't remember nobody. But yeah, she did have a husband though that cheated on her, and he's like LGBTQ now. And then she married him. And then I think these two right here were married. And they had her. How did she have this baby? Oh, she cheated. Did I know that? Child, I get myself confused. There's like a whole story with them though. Wait, see, it changed, so I was right. It's the tree that's fucking me up. Lord have mercy. It is the tree that is fucking me up. Why does it do this? See, now I'm confused. I can't even tell you the story because now my ass is confused. Anyway, she the chick from Copperdale with the family. So yeah, that is her. Maybe we'll play with that household when I come back, and I'll show y'all in detail about like what happened. But yeah, that was kind of crazy because that happened all on its own. I did not do much. I simply just gave everybody a makeover and put everybody in their respective households. All that drama happened on its own. I had nothing to do with that. That was all happening in the background. So that was my point. It's just a wild story that occurred in game. So we about to give these people here a makeover because they look a mess, and I do not like their last name, and I don't even think I like their first names because I don't even know their first name. See, I wouldn't know any of this, and I already have somebody named Tara. Hillary might be able to keep her name, but I don't know. It reminds me of Hillary Clinton. I don't like that lady, so I think we will be changing her name. And it looks like she's supposed to be at work, or is my game just tripping? My game is tripping. So we are going to not control you anymore because I don't need Jess. So don't control. We're gonna go into cast. What time is it? Oh wow, I've been here a little while. Lord have mercy. Let's see. Oh, she got a. Did I put her in this career? I think I did. I don't remember. Oh Lord. So probably just do her for right now because I'm not gonna be able to get to these kids. I'm not at all. And so, change her name. I don't know about that. We go with Crystal. I'm gonna change her last name. Yeah, we gonna go with that. Kimberly, thank you. What's your mama's name? Crystal. Bailey is cute. And then Eli can keep his name. I don't remember if I have another son named Eli or not. I probably do. Alright, so it didn't change their name. And look a mess. Should I just give her new kids so that they better match her traits? Excuse me. What is this? Girl, you got a lot of wolf references. Your shirt was a wolf. You a loner. Is you trying to tell me something? Let's see. This skin is very blotchy, so let's give you something else. He was about that color. I think I'm gonna delete the kids she has right now, so I could just base her new kids off of her features. So I'm gonna just delete them. Quickly, game, quickly. Thank you, quickly. Cause I don't even really doing all that. Quickly, thank you. Alright. Okay, so this hair shape is actually getting on my nerves. So I am going to completely change her up. Not gonna lie. Can I get a new one? I feel like I use that face shape all the time. I don't know why they didn't give us no new head presets, or face presets at least. Oh my god, let's use this one. I ain't used this one in a while. Yeah, no, let's do that. I'm gonna use that one in a minute. I say, get, move. Okay, there we go. wonder if the no eyelash mod got updated. I might go back and get that. I do not want that one. Oh, how does that look like it? You can deal with those, child. I do not like these fake ass eyelash things. I'm just tripping. Okay, that fits her. That's not my shit though. Excuse me. Okay, I do want to apologize if I'm like mad quiet, y'all. I am kind of focused on the sim. Alright, ooh, I want to do that one. I'm kind of focused on the Sims, so and then play your game as you watch. Hopefully I can hear the music. I was still able to hear it when I last checked the volume, so it's not completely silent in here. Ugh, not the eyebrows. Hell no. And she was red. So and she still look like she's smiling. No, she looks sad. I don't like that. Alright. Sorry about the my dad like bothering me. Alright, actually no, let's go get her some eyebrows back. Oh, not though. That's cute on her. I think maybe your face a little too long. Maybe it's the skin. That's cute on her. I think we're gonna go with this one. So I don't think I've used that quite yet. Well, she is a mom, so like this. And some slippers. Maybe she works from home. Excuse me. She don't get out all too much. A single mother. I don't know why the Sims don't make the mama and the daddy. Sims is good for making a single parent household. You know I'm talking about the generated townies. Alright. For now we're gonna go with that, y'all. I have to go. So we will come back to her churn in a few months. The next time I decide to stream on here. Please go subscribe to oh Lord, I cannot talk. Please go subscribe to my other channel, Works World. I will be streaming there on April 18th. I'll be streaming Blender, what I'm going to be making, the nails, the poses, and all of that. And I will be dropping CC drops there as well every so often. And with that being said, I will see y'all when I see y'all. Alright? Y'all stay safe. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. For those of you who end up watching, later on. And that being said, bye guys.